Hello, Letitia or Leticia?
Letícia,
Leticia, beautiful.
I'm Letícia from Cinepop in Brazil. It's a pleasure to talk to you. First of all, congratulations for the character as Patical performance. Harrison Lee Van Buren, I believe that's how you pronounce, is a such character, and I'm curious. He's a mix of aristocratic elegance, but also deep flaws. So, what's the reference and inspiration, either like historic figures or literature or other performers, did you draw on to create this complex character?
Uh, well, no, I didn't, to be honest. I feel like Brady probably did a lot of that in his research and his development of the script because there was such a great clarity on the page about this man and who he was. I certainly didn't feel I needed to draw on anyone to find him because he was clear to me and clearly just jumping off the page. So that's a testament to Brady's writing and Mona, his wife. Their writing is really clear and well realized. So no, I didn't need to kind of draw on anyone, to be honest.
It's nice to hear this because I have so much images like Danielle Deleuze and the but and also Wells and the Citizen Kane. So much a lot of this powerful men on the screen, and I just say, oh, it's
Well, and
huge
the
to
thing
see that.
is, I mean, probably the more developed answer is I've seen lots of films in my time, and I've seen lots of powerful characters, and I've seen lots of vulnerable characters. So I'm sure that just through osmosis, you know, I have inadvertently kind of drawn on people that I've come across in the world or characters that I've seen in film. But I certainly didn't directly choose anyone or directly look for anyone or kind of have to cobble together anyone that I knew of in order to create this character. So I didn't create the character. The character was created and I just got on board and played him.
I brought you all out here to join me in looking forward toward the future.
It's impressive. Perhaps you can help your husband sound less like he shines shoes for a wage. I'm sorry, will you please pass that back?
Another thing that's called my attention in the movie is the Van Buren's dynamic with László, the character of the Adrien Brody, that highlights the theme of power, envy, and the cultural tension. And how did you interpretation his admiration for László's talent alongside his eventual destructive impulses? And what do you think to drive this transformation of the course of the relationship in the film?
Well, that's a good question, and I think that was that was one of the prime reasons that I wanted to do the film was this great sort of two sides of one coin, where you have a character who presents all power and all knowing and has money and has control, etc., and greed. But on the other hand, is a sophisticated man. He recognizes great talent. He recognizes artistry and genuinely is moved by someone who has those skills and genuinely allows himself some time to absorb um, who László Tóth is, and in fact is quite taken by László's sense of confidence for someone who is an immigrant and has come from, this part of the world and has escaped fascism and escaped this occupation and this terrible war. So he has a real sympathy and empathy for him and really wants to take him under his wing. But probably an old habitual quality in Van Buren is this his own sense of being powerless and his own sense of being controlled by his parents, by his mother, by people in his life, where eventually with László, he has to start controlling László himself. He can't just sit in his admiration. He has to actually, he has to take over. He has to control László and actually destroy László, really. That's the destructive nature of capitalism there, sort of in this man. But I think he's more complex than just the representation of capitalism, because as I say, he does have a sense of taste, but he's also filled with envy.
Perfect description. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, well, you too. Thank you. Good to talk to you.
Promise you won't let it drive you mad.
I promise.